The last one is investment. And that investment isn't just like spending money or putting your money in somewhere that will grow. What that investment really stands for, as I pull it up, is investment in yourself. Give up of yourself unequivocally. And I use that word because what you need to do is you need to invest in yourself by sharing with others. The more we share, the more we care. The more we give, the more we provide counsel for other people. And last, you get to hear from myself. My name is Jon Kovach Jr. I'm the founder and also the chairman of Champion Circle. As you, I got to lift this way, look over my shoulder here, if you can see that. But Champion Circle was designed to help you succeed. Let me tell you a little bit about that story because it literally is the crystallization of my desire into action. I was sitting there in a regular networking meeting where everybody was putting on a face, putting on their best selves for one another. There were the semantics, and then there were the general practices, such as exchanging of business cards, shaking of hands, making sure you set up your one-on-ones, and all of the things that go into networking. I loathed it. It was so uncomfortable because I was sitting in a room full of adults who I admired because my entire life, all I ever wanted to do and become was a professional. It didn't matter if it was a professional athlete or a professional basket weaver. I just wanted to be a professional because I understood one thing, that professionals were the people who did something well enough where they could help other people. And that was the standard I set for myself, a standard of excellence that I realized a professional is someone who goes beyond what the regular person can do. Anyone can go on YouTube and learn how to fix a washer and a dryer. I've done that before. And anyone can go and learn a couple quick skills. Yes, those are important. And yes, it's amazing because humans are talented as heck. But it is what we continually do. It is what we specialize in. It is what we do on a daily basis that creates the difference in how we become experts to other people. And professionals are the ones who are able to help others. And, you could take the context of professional athletes. Sure. What does an NBA basketball player do to help me? Well, he entertains us. Well, they create an experience as we watch them finesse their way down the court and put the ball in the hoop that not many people in this world can do professionally. Professionals are different than regular people because professionals are those who seek repetitively to improve their craft, to provide value, and to succeed at the highest level. That's what professionals are all about. So I'm sitting here in this room looking around and seeing all of these professionals giving a non-professional way of networking. And I was just blown away at the standard, at the excellence that they had set themselves to. And I like to raise bars. I like to bring myself to a standard and say, you know what, if it's done this way, then we need to do it better. And I've just always been that way. I'm sorry if you were ever on one of my committees or if we were on a team together and I was like, huh, 10 points, we're going for 100, setting the bar extremely high for everyone. But I do so in good faith because it's not that I am toxically optimistic. No, it's because I see the potential in people before they see it themselves. And I've always seen that. And you could say that we do that for everybody, and it's harder for us to do ourselves. I completely agree. But I'll tell you what, I have something called the gold medal standard. And the gold medal standard is a reminder to me that every day that I will never settle for mediocrity, yet I will always strive for excellence. And that gold medal standard is what keeps me driving. So I'm sitting here in this networking meeting and I said, this has got to change. I've either got to leave and make a change myself, or I've got to build something that's going to make a difference in the world. And they're birthed this, wrong corner, this beautiful baby. I keep pointing to the wrong corner. Champion Circle. An idea that we could incorporate not only our authentic selves in the process of building trust, but to see how that equates to an equivalent of results. And when you add a little recreational fun in there, plus some learning, plus some applications, and the beautiful accountability factor, you can accelerate your results. Not only did I not know that this would work, but I just believed it would because I wanted to accomplish something that I believed would actually happen. So I had to test my results. So I got together a few of my contacts and we started a networking group. And this networking group began with activities, getting to know you activities like games and fun things where we were laughing, shaking hands, raising our heart rates a little bit. And then we got to some learning, and then we got to some connecting, and then we used some mastermind methodologies to help us accomplish those things and to take action. Well, after a few months, we started to see results. So we doubled down on this activity, on this idea that if we just change the way we conduct networking, we change the way we do things, maybe we'll provide better value and more results for people. I've got to tell you, after measuring 9 months of connections and activities through these events, we followed up with and learned from all of the relationships that were conducted in these months at our activities, and we were able to track down an estimated amount of $20 million transacted between the members in regular attendance of our event. That's just the members in regular attendance. That's just those who we followed up with. That's not including the people who came once and left, or the people who came a couple times but then never got back to me on their results. That is the result of what came out of this event. $20 million. And you want to know how much money I got out of that $20 million? Zero. Zip. I'm choking. It was so bad. It was zero. There was nothing. And I was so proud to say that because it wasn't about making money. It wasn't about growing my business. It was about proving the point that there are results generated from a little bit of a different approach to being a professional. If you think being a professional is doing what everyone else is doing, you are dead wrong. Dead wrong. Let me say it one more time. Dead wrong. I know I'm a little intense today, guys, but I'm just having fun. And I've got to say, it's not a bad thing. It's not that you're not getting results. It's that you're getting results at a lower standard than what could be. And I'm not saying we're better. I'm just saying if you want to be a champion, if you want to see accelerated results, if you want to see something that comes about through the waves of incredible application, accountability, your results do come in exponential factors and results. And I've seen that. And you've just heard it in the testimonies of William Blake, Ian Sturmer, Lauren Cobb. These are why these people are this is why these people are my executives at the Champion Circle. Because these are people who have lived through it, who are going through it, who are creating value and success in their own lives. And we're working this system together. I live by this book, Think and Grow Rich. It has given me so many insights. So you're probably wondering, Jon, what are you going to speak on today? I had to tell that story because I got to share with you a quote. And I'll give you a few quick points and teaching moments in accordance with this quote. But in Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill said, riches, when they come in huge quantities, are never the result of hard work. Let's pause there for a second. Riches, when they come in huge quantities, are never the result of hard work. Some people will say, work harder and you'll make it happen. I'm going to continue. Riches come, if they come at all, in response to definite demands based upon the application of definite principles and not by chance or luck. But success requires no apologies and failure permits no alibis. I want to dive into this quote for just a moment and to share with you 3 powerful principles that I think really stand out in your learning and your application today. Because today I want you to, 1, realize that riches come by definite demands. 2, that by definite principles you shall obtain them. And 3, success requires no apologies. This is important. I feel like this quote to me encapsulates the essence of organized planning because transferring desires into action through definite demands and principles becomes your ultimate game plan. Organization, you heard it. Writing it down, putting it into action, doing what you say you're going to do. Those are all principles that lead to the application of this. So let's explore these ideas for just a minute in depth. Again, these are the three major applications of this quote, and they stand out to me, and I want to help you to apply them. Number one, riches come by definite demands. This first principle is understanding that riches or success in any endeavor require clear but definite demands. It's not about vague wishes, but about being specific to your goals. Okay. I want to share a story with you, and I think you have already heard it today and in these trainings, but nonetheless, it is one of the best examples. And you heard it from Lauren. Consider Thomas Edison, who had a clear, definite demand to create the electric light bulb. And despite facing over 1,000 failures, and I'm going to say over 1,000 because I've listened to so many speeches who have used this example, and it's come to my conclusion that they think they have roughly about 1,000 recorded, but that doesn't include the times he attempted, threw the glass at the wall, stomped around, spit on his work, and ran out. Those are all just hypotheticals. I can only imagine what it was like, right, to exceed failure so many times. But that's including what he did document. We do not know what he did not document. Does that make sense? So in his specific goal, he kept focused. And it just reminds me of our attempt at building a more networking organization. The $20 million of transacted gold and awesomeness came from those who reported back, who were willing to share their successes. It does not include those who did not report back. And I think that that's a powerful principle. So each failure was a step closer to Edison's goal because he learned what didn't work, refining his approach, and then he became closer and closer to success until we have, the thing that's shining in my face to give you a clearer picture on this video right now. It is a light bulb. So the teaching point in this one is to apply in your life by start defining your goals with precision. Literally write them down. Make them specific. For example, instead of saying something like, I want to be successful. That's a great goal, but be more specific. I want to increase my sales by 20% within the next 90 days. That is so much more specific. I recommend you join us at Champion Circle and follow Napoleon Hill's desire formula. Every time I do the 90-day desire formula, I achieve greater heights and success. And I know that my teammates can say the same thing. It is a valuable experience. All right, lesson number 2, be definite by definite principles. So in the quote, he says, riches come, if they come at all, in response to definite demands. But definite principles are those that we teach, are the things that we share. If you follow a plan, an organized thought process, a methodology, a system, if you even have an inkling of what direction you're going, you are that much more organized and that much more professional than the rest of the world. I'm going to say this a little bit later in my speech. By a little, I mean in just a few minutes here. But I want to encourage you to be the 1%, because it is the 1% that do things differently. Don't do what everyone else is doing. One of my favorite quotes from college, I have a lanyard that I carry around with me today because it is so interesting. And I think I said this last month in our training, but don't be boring. You're boring. Don't be boring, okay? Do what you love. And it's so important because if you do what everyone else is doing, you're boring. But if you do what you love and do what makes you excited, you're interesting, you're different, you're motivated, and you inspire others to do the same. So as next as we understand that by definite demands, that success is built on the application of definite principles. These principles act as the foundation upon which your plans are built. You guys might be familiar with the company Mary Kay Cosmetics. Well, think of Mary Kay Ash, the founder of Mary Kay Cosmetics. She built her company on the principle of empowering women through business opportunities. Her definite principle was to provide quality products and exceptional support to her sales team, creating a culture and success of empowerment. This is something that I aspire to on a daily basis because it's not necessarily about what you're selling, but it's by providing quality and exceptional support to your people to create success and empower them. That is how I've seen businesses, companies become good, better, best companies. The book Good to Great is all about this, and it's a great teaching point. So, identify and commit to the principles that will guide your actions. We recommend Champion Circle. We recommend reading Think and Grow Rich. We recommend attending our virtual roundtables each month. We recommend using our accountability coaches and our system to accomplish what you want to do. Because by doing that, you will achieve great things at incredible rates. And those incredible rates are accelerated, might I add. These could be the principles of integrity, hard work, continuous learning, or customer service. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're working on, whatever realm you're in, ensure that every action you take aligns with these principles. All right. I also wanted to share this is called the Networker's Guide to Success. You might want to write this down because everywhere I go, there are a few things I like to try at the local restaurants and venues that I like to venture on. At every conference, at every business event, I love to stroll down the street and learn a little bit about that city. And there's two things I'm typically looking for. Number one is who's got the best nachos. I love nachos. I'm on a quest to find out who in the world has the best nachos. And then I'm also looking for, oh, the best sweet or freshwater taffy. Do you guys like Laffy Taffy? Oh my gosh. I know it's so bad for your teeth. Oh my gosh. I know it's just straight up sugar, but freaking Laffy Taffy, it is amazing. How do you spell it? Well, I spell it TAFFI. And that's an acronym for me because the networker's guide to success is to have great taffy, right? I'm always looking for great taffy. And you've got to have trust, T, A, accountability, F, follow up, F, fun, and the last one is investment. And that investment isn't just like spending money or putting your money in somewhere that will grow. What that investment really stands for, as I pull it up, is investment in yourself. Give up of yourself unequivocally. And I use that word because what you need to do is you need to invest in yourself by sharing with others. The more we share, the more we care. The more we give, the more we provide counsel for other people. And I got to tell you that trust plus accountability plus follow-up plus fun plus investment equals valuable relationships. And I'm not just talking any relationships. I'm talking $20 million relationships. So TAFFI, TAFFI stands for trust, accountability, follow-up, fun, and investment to get $20 million relationships or greater. Third and final principle, as I wrap up, I just want to share the last part of this principle and this teaching, which is success requires no apologies. My coach in high school, when I was running track and field, he used to yell at me. He'd yell, "Freshman." I feel it today when I hear that. He would yell at me. He just called me by title, "Freshman," because I was the only freshman who was even qualified to run on the track team and the only freshman who made it to the varsity team. He would yell, "Freshman, your excuses are not unique." That always sat with me. Always sat with me differently. Not only did it piss me off because I thought I was unique. I thought what I had to share and why I was late to class or why I didn't turn in that assignment was unique. I always thought I was justified, but truly and honestly, if I'm being real with you, and I hope you feel my love when I say this, but I'm going to yell at you, freshman, you, your excuses are not unique. Success requires no apologies. Finally, we must recognize that true success requires no apologies. It is achieved through deliberate effort and confidence in one's plans. You guys are probably familiar with the name Oprah Winfrey. She's a prime example of someone who never apologized for her success. She faced numerous obstacles, including poverty and discrimination, but she never let these define her. Instead, she pursued her goals, the unwavering determination, and the confidence. Success was always the end answer. You heard today with Willie Blake, he said that begin with the end in mind. When you do that, you don't hear anything on the way. You don't let anything get in your path. Success is the answer. Embrace your success with pride and avoid making excuses for your failures. Each setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. That's what we learned today from Lauren. Approach your goals with confidence and a mindset of resilience. When a business faces a downturn or some unexplained hardship or bump in the road, instead of blaming the market or external factors, the leadership can analyze what went wrong. Okay, we can always look at it and say what really went wrong, learn from it, and develop a stronger strategy for the future. Literally write it down. I love whiteboard sessions. They're my favorite coaching principle. I do it for myself. I do it for others. And when I go and I just throw everything on the board and find an example that will give me strength to overcome my challenges, I, I walk away with so much clarity. So I encourage you to write it down. Organized planning is about turning your desires into action through definite demands and principles. Remember that riches and success are not the result of hard work, not hard work alone, but of clear, deliberate planning and execution. Define your goals, adhere to your principles, and pursue your success without apologies. I get a little choked up when I wrap this up and I say that let's take a moment to reflect on your own goals. I do this every day. What definite demands can we make today? What principles will guide us? And how can we approach our success with the confidence it deserves? Remember this one thing: everything you need is already inside you. Take the necessary steps, get the best coaching and counsel, and make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today.